Right now at 4, back to our coverage of the Alex Murdaugh trial and sentencing. Many saying justice has been served after a judge sentenced Alex Murdaugh this morning to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The sentence coming just a day after a jury found Murdaugh guilty of killing his wife and son. It wraps up what's been a 6-week trial in Walterboro with lots of testimony from investigators, former colleagues, family, and even Alex Murdaugh himself. Joining us now to talk about it all is attorney Gary Monty. Thanks so much for joining us. This is a case that all eyes were on, especially here in the Carolinas. Before the sentencing, the defense team said they plan to appeal. So what is that process like, and what are their chances at this point?
So an appeal will have a deadline, of course, in South Carolina, 10 days. And it's important to realize that the appellate court will not be retrying this case. The appellate court will only be looking for errors made by the trial court, meaning the judge, in the conduct of the trial. And based on the way the judge conducted the trial, I do believe it'll be very difficult for the defense team to find error that is significant enough to obtain a reversal.
So it's likely this sentence will stand. Arguably, though, the most watched part of this trial is when Alex Murdaugh himself took the stand. A lot of people were surprised by that. Ultimately, what role do you think it played in the jury's decision? Do you think that this was kind of what sealed his fate, or did it help him a little bit?
I have to think that it hurt him. First of all, it seemed evident based on body language and other factors that his attorneys had recommended against this course of action, and he did it anyway. And he strikes me as someone who thinks he can convince anybody of anything. As we all know now, he stole money from partners, he stole money from clients, he's lied to his family, and for a lifetime he's gotten away with it, at least until he met the cross-examination of the defense, or the prosecution in this case. And it appears to me that the ability to cross-examine Mr. Murdaugh enabled the jury to see him lying to their face, to see him unable to provide explanations for a lot of the evidence, and hence the guilty verdict on all counts. Yeah,
it is pretty shocking when he said on the stand that, yes, he lied about basically everything, but he's not lying about the murder. It's a little hard to believe.
People like Murdaugh believe that they can talk themselves out of anything, and their egos present them with that idea. And otherwise, someone like Mr. Murdaugh would have listened to his counsel. I don't know exactly what their advice was, but I can guess. And that was to not get up on the witness stand and hold the state to its proof, rather than giving the state the opportunity to demonstrate for the jury that not only would he lie to his family, but he would sit there and lie to the jury as well. And it did not turn out well for Mr. Murdaugh.
Now, this trial in particular, of course, was about the murder charges, but Murdaugh's still facing nearly 100 other counts, and this is all from that financial fraud on many different levels. So what happens now with those charges?
I suspect those cases will go forward, at least the larger ones, and the reason why is that from the appearance, Mr. Murdaugh has got assets, and as we know, he admitted he stole money from clients and his partners, and all of those people are going to be working through the court system to get what was rightfully theirs to begin with, or to get their money back. And his assets are going to be used undoubtedly to do that.
Well, we do hope that justice is served. Thanks so much, Gary Monty, attorney, giving us your insight. We thank you so much.